Action.
Hi and welcome to Seasparkles Corner. Today I'm having kind of a little bit of a party, so I'm decided, well, it's actually my mom's birthday, and happy birthday, Mom.
Happy
Although
birthday.
she doesn't come on YouTube, but I wished her one anyway. Alright, so I'm gonna be making honey soy garlic chicken. So, and pork chops rather. So I got a package of pork chops. You know, one for each. You kind of want to start this a little bit early in the day because what you want to attempt to do is to let them marinate a bit. Okay, for that you need honey, soy sauce, a tablespoon holder, a wire whisk, garlic salt, vegetable oil or olive oil, use your favorite oils, and a pair of tongs. Okay, see, so this package has 6 pork chops in it. So, figure for about every 3 pork chops, a quarter of a cup of honey. So figure, well, let me get a knife to pull that honey out. Because when it gets to, as you know, when honey gets to the end of the jar, it just gets thicker. And so I just gotta so I'm gonna I'm gonna use the remainder of the honey, which is about a half a cup. Basically you want to make enough to coat and marinate all your pork chops. I'm just going to use the remainder of the honey. I'm going to have to just go out and get some more honey because, well, my son was recently sick and I made him a lot of hot toddies, which uses a lot of honey. So this was a full container before then. So as you can see, this has about a half a cup on there. I don't like to measure the cup because the honey sticks to the measuring containers unless you're actually making honey cookies and you don't have a choice and you have to kind of do a lot of scraping. But when you're just using it as a marinade and a flavoring, you don't really have, the measurements don't have to be perfect. So this is a new pork chop recipe that I've been thinking about for 4 or 5 days for something special for my mom's, and this goes in the recycling. Alright, now honey is always thick, so soy adds flavor to things. So I'm going to use 6 tablespoons of soy sauce.
What is that?
Huh?
That is soy.
Yeah. What I'm creating is a marinade for the pork chop. And this is just several steps. Now the soy is going to thin out the honey, but we want to add the flavor to it. You're going to see what I mean when we get to it. Figure 3 teaspoons of soy sauce per a quarter of a cup of honey. So I'm just giving you the basic measurements because let's say if you're cooking for more people and making more pork chops, you want to use more of each, and if you're cooking for less, you can cut it in half. Now before you put in the garlic salt, take your wire whisk and slowly start mixing it. You want to break up your honey and mix it with it. You see how I'm doing that? So you don't splash all over. You want a container large enough to be able to break up the honey because the honey's kind of thick at the bottom. If you got a new honey bottle instead of the end of one, well, as we all know, all of us who cook, bottles have a full, empty and we don't waste anything.
Half full, half empty. There you go.
So you want to use your, why we're kind of busting it up. You're gonna have it because it was the bottom of the bottle. Okay, you're gonna have it look like that. Let me wash my hands.
Now, welcome to Christian Sink.
I will wash.
Washing plates.
Oh, isn't that nice?
Only the plates.
All right. Now that we have the honey and the soy mixed up,
Yum.
to give it a little added flavor, a little bit of tang. The garlic gives a lot of flavor to this recipe. That's what I figured. So let's sprinkle about that much garlic sauce. That is about 1/4 teaspoon. And some meat tenderizer. I'm using the unflavored. We'll use a pinch. I put it right in the marinade. I'm using unflavored because, well, there's just so much flavor in this. And now salt and pepper is optional. But I'm just gonna put about 1/4 teaspoon of salt and a pinch of pepper. Okay, for those who've seen other videos knows that a pinch is 1/4 teaspoon.
Ow.
So, and I just use it as a pinch, okay? So, now you want to mix all the spices together.
Every time she says a pink, I'm gonna go, ow.
So, I forgot to get a plate to transfer this to over. I'm going to transfer this over to. Okay. Now you want to mix it up. Okay, now the mixture looks like this. Okay, and let's open our pork chops.
You can smell the pork chops.
I just purchased these pork chops from our local Save Claw yesterday. Or the day before, so it's fresh. I think it was the day before. Might have been yesterday. Okay, take your one pork chop, right? Use your 2 tools. And get that in there. Get that right in there. So, and then we want to let it rest. Make sure you coat both sides. Don't be skimpy on coating. If you gotta make more, make more. This is what, as they're resting, it's just gonna soak in the flavor. See how that looks? This is gonna be very flavorful and delicious pork chop. Just rub it right in there. Okay, and here's our last one.
The grand finale.
Okay, now what we're gonna do is now we've soaked all the pork chops. You see there's still more marinade in the pan. We're gonna transfer them to this. And then we're gonna put the rest, see this, so there's still sauce on there? Let's put that right over the pork chops for even more flavor. And then I'm gonna get a piece of plastic wrap and I'm gonna cover it and let it marinate in the refrigerator for 1 hour, and then we're gonna cook them. So, let me wash my hands again.
Are you in my show again? You there?
Yes.
This is Aiden's sink. Well, I'll show you what I'm watching. Today I'm watching the spatula. The spatula episode was banned from TV.
Plastic wrap.
I'll
Okay.
flip your bird.
Now, take a piece of plastic wrap,
Burgers or something.
or if you're using a pan that has a cover, that's fine. But this pan doesn't have a cover. Take a piece of plastic wrap and cover it. And don't lose the beginning of your plastic wrap, because one thing about plastic wrap, it's really hard to find the beginning. All right, cover it, and I'm gonna let it sit to marinate for 1 hour in the refrigerator. Then I'm gonna be able to cook it. So stay tuned, don't go away. Well, welcome back. These have been marinating in the refrigerator for quite a while. So re-dip on your meat, heat your pan to 7, and make sure you get plenty of this lovely sauce on it. And then after the pan gets hot, turn it down to 5, because this pan, this particular pan only wants you to cook on medium to high heat. And then these
Medium to low.
medium to low heat rather. And getting it in there. And then after you rub all your chicken again. Remember, it's been marinating in this lovely sauce for quite a while. Make sure you get a good rub on it, and then the remainder of it, just pour it over your meat. Pour it over your meat. And then let it cook. And just let it heat up and do its thing. Let me stir the potatoes. And so, the trick to it, now, if you don't have a non-stick pan like we have, add some vegetable oil in the bottom. And I still think I'll just add a little bit of vegetable oil just to help with a little bit with the flavor. There you go, about a couple of tablespoons of vegetable oil, or pick your favorite oil, whichever. That'll guarantee the pan not to stick. And do not leave, never leave your meat cooking. That's how you burn it. So, just let it cook. And when it's done, turn it. Then after you take it off, you want to let your pork chops rest 5 minutes so they don't dry out. And so, the trick is to get all that lovely flavor. So, move your pork chops around. See, they're all heating. There you go. We'll see you when it's done. Well, these are ready for the resting cycle. See, I cut a little bit just to check to make sure it was done. So, I'm going to take these now off the heat, and I want to let them rest so that way they'll get nice and juicy. See that? Oh, see how beautiful they are? See how they look? That's what you want them to look like.
I didn't ask her.
See, no, they didn't even stick to the pan.
I know.
Look at that. Look at those. Just make sure you rub it in the juices, and now remove this from the pan so it doesn't burn. So we're going to let that rest for 5 minutes, and we're going to do a taste test.
But she didn't get that way since she was probably 8, so she was very
And what I do, I immediately rinse the pan. See how easily that will be cleaned? No burning the pan because I washed it. You see that? Didn't even stick. That's a pretty good pan.
Grandmother Roach didn't know what was going on.
Okay.
She had that disease,
You know, you put a pan.
Oh, Stanley's alive. He's 90 years old.
Okay, let's do a
Paul's
taste
okay,
test.
and he's 61.
Paul's 61.
No, she's wrong on that. Paul's 4 years younger than me.
Okay.
Paul's,
Let's do a taste test, shall we?
77. He's 4 years younger than me. So
Deborah's
she doesn't,
65.
you know, Deborah's 61.
No, Deborah's
Okay.
No,
yeah, she's
See,
10
look
years
at that.
yeah, right.
See, look at the meat.
Deborah's 10 years younger.
It is thoroughly done. Let's try it. Shall we give it a taste test?
I'm 81. And she said, yeah,
Mmm.
Paul,
Delicious and so
Stanley is
tender.
89. I thought he was older than
I
that.
think I'll get another bite.
No.
Well, he's kind of lost his. He's kind of.
Mmm. Delicious.
Yeah, Alzheimer's, like Annie.
Well, thank you for watching. Have a blessed day. And
Deborah said that
as always, if fun never ends in the world is not, feel free to subscribe.
And he's in a nurse.
Feel free to share. And as always, hugs and kisses from my family to yours. Thank you for watching. Bye, everybody.